Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the 518Talks podcast. I am your host, William Rivas. Today I'm here with my guest, Mr. Adonis Richards. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. So I haven't really checked in with you guys in a while, so I thought it was important that we just take a couple minutes, man, to just check in with you guys, 518 Talk style, talk about what's going on, the coronavirus pandemic, how people are feeling, and really, what are some good ways to just maintain your social and well-being right now? So my man Adonis here, who is a man of many hats, he just recently dropped a book, shameless plug.
Confessions of a Hopeless Creative. On my website and on Amazon.com right now. I'll drop that at the end of the podcast and let y'all know. But yeah, my website is titled AdonisInquiry.com, and my book is $15 titled Confessions of a Hopeless Creative. So yeah.
Listen, so what have we been up to since the beginning of the pandemic? To date, we launched an initiative called Pizza for the People. And in the beginning, Pizza for the People was just really an initiative for the city of Schenectady. Again, with always keeping, in the forefront individuals and families that are in the most dire of need. We felt it was really important to provide services, food, supplies to people in need. So contacting my man Ramon, shout out Ramon, Domino's Pizza, man, you guys are absolutely amazing. And we just had a conversation about, what could we do that was feasible to meet a need and to be there for the people. So we came up with Pizza for the People. In the beginning, we were giving out 20 to 40 pizzas a week in the city of Schenectady to individuals kind of in the most dire of needs throughout some of the worst neighborhoods. And then, with all great movements, something starts really small and ends up really big. So now we're actually doing 3 cities, 100 pizzas on Wednesdays and 50 pizzas on Fridays. Pizza for the People is Schenectady, Albany, Troy. We have a lot of great people who have been taking part, so I don't want to miss a name. Adonis Richards, Kareem Toure, Starkia King. She wants to be Wealth Club. Justice, Nevaeh, a.k.a. Mini Balls, Michael, the team in Albany, John Scott, my man Jay Sean, who I don't really like, but he thinks he's nice on Fortnite, but he's cool. He's a cool kid. Paul Kane, Willie Crowder, their team in Albany. Also in Troy, Jerry Ford, and James Mitchell as well. So with this group of people, we've been able to give out a total of 850 pizzas to date, which is a phenomenal. Let's give that. And
1,000 on Wednesday.
We're moving up to 1,000 on Wednesday. So real quick, boom, you see that. Courtesy of the Wealth Club. And Adonis, really just talk about your experience with some of the Pizza for the People, the volunteering, and some of the things that we've been doing.
So for me, this has been a humbling and wonderful experience. And it's really been like a great opportunity just to reach out to people in my community and reconnect, because I've been out of this community for 7 years. I've been going back and forth between school. I just finished my master's and stuff. But I've been trying to find ways to just reconnect with the community. But it's also more about being able to reach the people, because with this coronavirus pandemic occurring at this moment in time, a lot of people are without certain resources, such as food. So Pizza for the People has been a really great way for us as community members to be able to connect with our community members and remind them that they have a community that's looking out for them by people that live the same struggles that they live through every single day. And I think that's the most important part about this entire movement as far as Pizza for the People is, because it's for the people, by the people. That's what's really important, to make sure that we understand that we as a community can find some way to create a community that lives and thrives off of each other. So yeah, that's really what the experience has been for me.
Yeah, and it's been great because, and I think the thing people fail to realize is it was just a matter of meeting a need. It's something that was created out of just wanting to be there for the people. It's never, a knock on anything anybody else is doing. It's just an opportunity to enhance what we can do as a community. We've been thankful and been grateful to be a part of working with the Schenectady County COVID-19 Coalition, doing drop-offs to families, assisting them, being on the regular calls, just being able to be in the space and share resources and just make sure that regardless of what's coming into the county, that everybody is represented and everybody is getting the supplies and things that they need. So, in that we've been gracious to just maximize our output, because with the pizzas and with the county, we've been able to reach a ton of people, and we thought it was important because, again, it's people from the community that people are seeing. They're seeing people that look like them. They're seeing people that they recognize from the community. There's a comfortability when you see somebody like myself, Adonis, Kareem, or Star, or one of us knock on your door. And then when you take into consideration, and this was what was really dope about the whole thing, was we got a lot of kids. So if you don't know the names of the people, Justice is 15. Nevaeh and Michael are 10 and 12. We got a lot of kids kind of on the roster because, I plan on retiring to an island soon. So, in the meantime, I'm training Justice and Nevaeh, a.k.a. Mini Boss, to run everything. Jay Sean is, he's a good kid. He's all right. He's coming around now. I really didn't like him in the beginning, but no, I'm joking. He's a really good kid. And the thing is to kind of see the youth develop into their own leadership styles, what they're really good at, what they're comfortable with, and see them develop into their kind of own next level of youth leadership, I think is really important, because that's the goal is, what are we taking and investing back into the community? So I think what we've been able to do with the Wealth Club and with some of the stuff that the initiative that we're starting is, that's really what it is. It's taking our resources, taking our time, taking our efforts, and really giving it back. Real quick, if you can't see, right, pay attention to the background. You see the Cocoa House in the background. You can't really see it. You know what I'm saying? I want you to make sure you get a look at that. All the artwork in the Cocoa House was done by community youth. So again, this is what we're about. So Adonis, you know what I'm saying? Recently, you just launched a new initiative called Talk to Me Nice Tuesdays. Mm-hmm. You gotta tell people about that. What's that about?
So my brother Kareem Toure and I, we're both poets, and we wanted to create some sort of poetry night. We wanted to create some sort of poetry night or some type of a vibe for people to come together and listen to some dope poetry from our Schenectady community, because we were inspired by a poetry club out in Troy, hosted by Daniel Collins, called Poetic Vibe, and we wanted to bring something like that to this area. So we started. Kareem came up with the idea of Talk to Me Nice Tuesdays. So what we do is, every Tuesday night until we're allowed to go back outside, free outside, by the way, until we're allowed to go
free
back
outside.
You know what I'm saying? Free outside.
Free outside. You got my man locked up. Free outside, man.
But until we could go outside, we go on Zoom calls. And what we do is, we started last week. We go on a Zoom call and we just have dope poets come on and stuff. I'll perform every once in a while. Kareem will go and perform and stuff like that. And we just create this energy where people feed off each other and are able to express themselves. The biggest thing about poetry to me is being able to express yourself through either rhythmic or prose, anything of that nature, and I love that type of idea. And I want to expand it into something that people come to be able to just be comfortable and wind down on a Tuesday night. The week is busy and stuff like that, especially in this environment where we're just exhausted most of the time. Well, I'm not speaking for everybody, but it's an exhausting time right now.
Well, no, and I think what's really great about this is if you look at the history mm-hmm. behind what we're looking at right now in this time period, you used to hear about the Roaring 20s, you heard about the Harlem Renaissance, you heard about all these things, and a lot of those things were created out of a depression like this, mm-hmm. where people were forced to be creative in what they wanted to do, creative in who they wanted to be, creative in how they wanted to express themselves. So to think almost 100 years later, we're in a similar situation, mm-hmm. and to see, people creating, Talk to Me Nice Tuesdays, to see people selling their books, to living their life through art and through poetry, mm-hmm. creating businesses. Side note, right? Listen to me very carefully. Do not take your stimulus check and buy Jordans. Do not. Listen to me. Don't play yourself.
For real.
Do not take your stimulus check and buy a TV. Nope. Don't take your stimulus check and buy P4 because P5 coming out next year and that's a bad investment. Take some of your stimulus check money, invest in Forex, invest in the stock market, purchase an LLC. There are a lot of
LLC?
LLCs, $200. Listen. Oh, and if you hit up Common Unity Consulting, right? They can help you out. That's a shameless plug. I am Common Unity Consultant. So, hit the line and we'll get you set up. But there are a lot of ways you can really invest your money. Take Harvard right now is offering some free classes. Shout out Trent, because Trent Griffin, that's my the bro. He shared that earlier. So there are a lot of ways that you can really invest your time and maximize your potential, even in the midst of this pandemic. Don't go into this pandemic and come out on the other side of it with nothing to show. Even if it's just a new poem, whatever it is, invest some time and stuff into your passion. But back to the message at hand, right? Don't play yourself with your stimulus check. But, that's important. It's important.
Can I add on to what you're saying? Yeah, don't waste your stimulus check. But also, if you don't come out with something tangible, it's okay, because we are in an uncertain time. Not to say that this is a very great time to be creative,
Yeah.
And not everybody's going to have something, because not everybody's willing to share, and that's perfectly fine. But take this time to take advantage of what you have in this moment and try to maximize it. As my brother Will just said, find some ways. Even if you have a business idea, start working on that business plan while you got that free time. If you got a t-shirt or company, anything that you're trying to promote and brand, this is the perfect time to upsell it, pre-sale, things of that nature. And then when everyone's allowed to go back outside and business is flowing the way it was going naturally, or it used to go before this happened, you have a product that's ready to go. And then next thing you know, you're sitting on money that you didn't have before. So this is a great time for you to invest in yourself. Be creative in your own space, even if it's just for you. That's perfectly fine as well. So take this time, take advantage of what you got.
And one of the great things about this is really just spending time with your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Spend time with your significant other, spend time with your kids, spend some time with yourself, read a book. You know what I'm saying? And
Confessions of a Hopeless Creative. You can read that. You can read that.
See how that works? Alley-oop, Kobe, Shaq. That's how that works. But there are a lot of things you can do to invest yourself. It just doesn't have to be financially. Learn how to make a meal. Have a glass of wine, sit outside, watch a sunset, listen to the rain, which for whatever reason we've had tons of rain. But there are a lot of things you can do. I will say for myself, one of the things that has been great about this pandemic is myself and my wife, our level of conversation has increased. Our ability to communicate has been great, because we're together so much that it's really forced us to pay a lot more attention of the things that we say to each other. So it's really assisted us in being better communicators with each other, just as far as, our wants, our needs, our issues, just even basic conversation. We find ourselves, my wife watched the whole Marvel series, Infinity Saga, and I'm telling you, I didn't think she was going to make it.
She watched the whole thing?
Whole thing. I did not think she was going to make it.
She didn't skip the ones that you don't need to watch?
No, listen, she watched everything. And what's interesting enough is I missed Captain Marvel. And she seen it and made me go back so she could watch it. So I have to tell my wife, Shantae, that was clutch. I appreciate you.
Snaps for that.
I wasn't expecting that, but it was absolutely dope. But again, the thing is what we're doing today is we're working with Therese McCallum, who's been running for New York Senate.
Vote Therese McCallum for Senate.
Make sure you vote. And today we're giving out masks to the community. And again, it's just one of those things where, our biggest thing is just we like to be there, provide for people in need. That is really the only agenda for us, and the things that we do is reaching the people who need it most and making sure. But I believe personally, and I live by this, that it is up to those who have the ability to assist those who may not. So I take it always as my duty that if I have breath, if I have the energy, if I have the capacity to be there for the community in need, and to provide whatever I can for them in that spectrum. Because again, with this pandemic, people are really struggling. Mental health is deteriorating. People are just in the homes. Financially, things are really hard for people. So it's important that we offer as much hope and assistance as possible to let people know that there is a light on the other side of the tunnel, and that light is called
Wealth Club.
You caught that.
Wealth Club.
Adonis, what other things can we see from you in the future?
So, as of right now, I'm not in my creative juices because I'm planning my post sale for my book. I'm hoping I get more sales. Right now I've sold 60. I'm trying to get these next 40 out
Nice.
before the summer starts. But I'm preparing my own I'm actually in the works of preparing my own LLC and company titled I Am America, which is by the community for the community type of news network. It's a running title, I'm America. At this time, I'm working with a partner. We're gonna start working together. But my biggest goal is, my end goal is to be able to create a community news network from the people by the people. I think it's important to tell stories from people that look like us. Other things, I don't really have. I'm working on, my 5-year book plan because this is my first book, but I plan to have many books. I plan to have 5 books in the next 5 years. A couple poetry books, a couple stories. I got some stories I'm really interested in creating. I'm excited for that. So, yes, I plan on becoming a best-selling author in my near future. But it's just important for me to become an author and a journalist and a community member and leader for me. So these are a few things I can't put. I'm speaking things into existence, but I'm not going to speak them all yet. I want people to see them before they, I want to make it happen first. So yeah, that's really it.
Stay tuned. This is William Rivas, host of 518Talks podcast. Welcome back. Coronavirus, check. Mental health, check. Community leadership, check. Youth leadership, check. Confessions of a Hopeless Creative, check. Talk to me nice Tuesdays, check. Don't spend all your stimulus money, check. Well, I'll let you guys later.